Hi, good morning everyone. Another Advent of Code, 10th day. Today with a special guest as my son insisted to assist me here. If you would hear any 2 years old talking, it is probably him. And let's go to the task. Okay. Oh, some program. Wait, ropes, blah blah blah. It is common for Advent of Code to have some Turing machine. Oh, my son just wanted to say hello. So, what is the machine? Machine has a single register X, and it is initialized always. And that to instruction add X, 2 cycles to complete. After 2 cycles, the X is just adding the value to the register, and nopes is 1 cycle, no effect. Okay, so you are starting here, and it may be a case that this would recur this task, and it would be upgraded later, the CPU. The CPU uses these instructions in program to somehow tell the screen what to draw. Okay. Feeling sorry, I need to help him leave my office. Okay. I'm gonna solve it by looking also. The cycle number multiplied by the value of X. Maybe because some consider the signal strength, the cycle number multiplied by the value of X during the 12th cycle and every 40 seconds after that. So I assume it would be like I need to have an iterator over the cycle values. That would be what I want to have now about the cycle values, and then I need to filter out. Yeah, this would be skip, and then skip bias. Right, this step by, I think. During the 20th cycle, okay, blah blah blah. There's some of those, okay. And I have very particular cycles I'm interested in. Okay. And I will not go with any crazy norm today, because yeah, I mean, this input is not complicated enough to use norm and also it never went good for me. So we would just simplify things and do it like simple way. I'll keep mine for now. I would go this way, and the reason is I have feeling it would be changed. It would change in future, and I want to have it very simple to maintain, to extend in the future. I have add X with some number, which is number, and we have no. This is what we have now. I would have my computer. I have a register X. I mean, I will not over-engineer this. I mean, I will because I was close to make assumptions about how next part work, but why to do so? It is just stud.io, studin. Okay, very standard stuff here. I assume just, I mean, for now it is for sure good enough. Let us is line dot split white space should be okay. And then what I do here, I match on parts next. It will be filter map here. So I would ignore invalid entry. Okay, it should be fine. We have add X. And how do I pass this? I'm wondering because I am borrowing here path mutably, right? And I probably cannot do let files path next. It will tell me that path is borrowed mutably, right? Not because I am going lines. There's a line. I split white space and I take next. Split white space would, yeah, because I just want to do something, yeah. So it doesn't complain on types. The only thing. Oh, it allows me, so that is not borrowing the parts for longer. So that's nice. Therefore, how next don't pass. Yeah, at the very beginning I was showing you how to go with proper handling, but for Hazel, actually I would very often just ignore error because I assume there should be no errors. I know my whole input. I don't need to maintain this. It will not go on production, or I would not need to deal with client bugs. So this is just simpler. And I return here this. And now I want another thing, which is knob. And then I go with some instruction knob. To make it consistent with the string, I would go with no op instead of knob. We can see both in assemblies, depending on which assembly do you use. Yeah, this is my whole input. Now let's go with part 1. Oh, I think that something went wrong with my grid setup. Sorry for that. I hope it's possible to even read it, watch it. Program is the list of instructions. For now, this is good enough. Yeah, I will end up with some 128, and I can go negative because my X can go negative. I think. I mean, there's nothing which disallows it to go negative, I think. Here we have an example. Let me say, during x is still after the 5/6 to the add x instructions finish setting to -1. So yeah, x can go negative, so the whole thing can actually go negative. What I will do, I will fold, but my fault would do I am yielding, not even fold, I am scan again, except I am not yielding the new operations. I would yield iterators, and the reason for that is that add x would just return the value of x it produces twice. And this is the trick I would use here. And then I would flatten it again, right? So let's go with program, iter scan. I start with 1, which is a trap, because it's easy to assume it would be 0. Like instruction. They just match on instruction. Let me do this. I just don't want errors when I save. Right. I would use a little trick here. I would use instruction everything, so I would not need to prepend the instruction with this enum name all the time. Add x. Yeah, it's always what I want. So add x completes in 2 cycles. So it obviously increases this guy, but it also yields me iter repeat x. So repeat creates me an infinite iterator, and I take two items from it. And for for now that would be good enough. For not, I just return some repeat. And now the question is why I use repeat x take 1 instead of some stud1s, for example. I want those to be the same type. Those would produce me exactly the same type of iterator. I could do dynamic dispatch, and it might be needed in the future, but for now it would be good enough. I need to flatten those guys. And now I need to enumerate them, because I really need for every value of the my register, I need to know which cycle I'm in, and after I enumerate them, I would even do that just to not make any silly mistakes. I would map it into that. So because again my cycles are 1 based, not 0 based, and I am pretty sure I would do this off by 1 mistake here. And when this is mapped, then I want to first keep first 19 values, and then I want to step by, I think, 40 values. And then I want to inspect it is just for debugging because I don't trust my off by one, and before I would uh, accept solution, I really want to see which steps I filter. Important thing is if the program could be too length, I could have too much steps here. I want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. So I take only 6 of those. I don't want to think if I took too much, and then I zoom them. It is a bit lengthy thing here. Take 6. I will not map this. I would just do immediately here. It's I plus 1 times x. Okay, what's wrong here? Let me build it this way because I am not sure which line is the error and I cannot highlight it. Oh, right. I want my inspect to go before the map. Where I want it to be signed. So those are very, very silly typing mistakes. Oh, now it is okay. I think I can try it. I do not call my part 1. Except I would really like yeah, I could do it this way and it would work. Right, so I would just first filter what I want to inspect. Then I inspect. Yeah, I told you I don't. Yeah, but this is still off by 1, right? I then add it. So it's 20. It looks I filtered out proper cycles. Let me see if the result is proper. The result is improper. We get 12 cycles. X should be 21. It's not. Am I off by 1 on every cycle? No. So now what I can do, I can actually go with this inspect before this. I can inspect I plus 1 to have like proper mapping, and I can see compare my program to my thing, and I know I am already off on 20th. Doing the 20th cycle? No, it's okay. So it's something 20, 20. right? 60 should have 90. Or 60. 60 is not working. On the other hand. And 100 would also be 100 is okay. So let's try to go one by one. Oh, yeah. I implemented add. So add first repeats the x minus 1. Yeah. Okay. I will just return vector, and I would not care about what do I want to repeat to return. I want to return x minus 1. Let all this x. I want to return first I return old, then I return x. Here I just return a vec. I still don't understand why I have more than one off on 60. I have 19. Okay, now it looks to be working. Result. A not. Wait, first let me move this inspect here. 20, 21, 60, 90. And here. Here's one where I am. This breaks me iterator at some point, so maybe that I want to see if there are more steps. Oh, yeah, this is not the last step. That's a shame because I wanted to say that this can be fine. This is not very descriptive what happens here. No debug info emitted. At the start of the first cycle, the knob instruction begins execution. During the first cycle, x is 1. Oh! Okay, wait. Yeah. Okay. I got my coffee from my wife. This is what happens when your wife loves you. At the start of the second cycle, add this even differently is implemented. So it modifies it, but it emits the old value for both cycles. That's That's interesting. I'm wondering if I should emit the cycle after the last cycle, but let's not care about that. And this should work, I guess. Yeah, this works. I don't want to remove take because my input may be longer and I might got a more to be result because of that, because I had it's possible that I would have more cycles. Okay, it didn't go negative. And now what? So yeah. Go to the horizontal position of the horizontal, so the x value, right? So it matches the name. Sprite is 3 pixels wide, okay, in the middle. Sprite horizontal position puts the pixel where the you count the pixel on the CRT. It's 40 wide and 6 height. Okay, so this is my display. CRT draws the top row pixels left to right. This is my first 40 cycles. What? Okay. 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 I'll try to do that. It should not be difficult. I'm wondering if I'm able to anyhow explain what am I doing. Let me create function execute first, because it would be a good way to start. And it would return me what it returns? It returns writer item being the register value. I need to add probably this thing, and let me explain it in a second. I would first write a function and then I would explain what this thing is. Implementation. And so that's the thing, that if I remove this, it would not compile. Why? Because this iterator, as long as it's alive, it requires the program to be alive. And this is because the reason is that if we write some impl iterator, which means some type which implements iterator, it is not an actual type, it is existential type, and the exact type would be figured out by the compiler, but it is very different than in example in C++. In C++, if you return an alt also, deduce my type, you'll be able to use the whole type. Here we just promise in the signature that we return something implementing iterator, and whoever uses our function would be able to use only this iterator trait. But the thing is that if we write something like this, it is kind of a shortcut for this. So it assumes that whatever is returned from the function should live regardless of any lifetimes. It can live as long as it wants. But in our case, it is not true because our iterator we return cannot outlive the program because it is using the program internally, right? So what we could do is we could add the lifetime here and just add this thing, right? But we can do that, and what does it mean is that we tell the compiler to auto-elide this lifetime, and it will be auto-elided to the only borrow in the argument system. If we add any other borrow, let's take this, never more compiles because it doesn't know which one to argument to bind to. If there would be a self argument, it would be always self, no matter how many other borrows you have. But as long as there is no self, you are allowed to use this tick underscores only if you have only one argument. Maybe there are some exceptions, I don't remember right now, but this is the rule of thumb, that this elides the lifetime to the first or to the only borrow in the argument system. So this is execute program. And this is because I want now part 2. And how do I do that? Shut up this. How do I do that? I have my program, and yeah, I'm executing it. Now I enumerate it. So I have an index of my of where I am. But then I want to, instead of have a cycle, I want to have and I would be 0 based here. I know that it is 1 base, but I don't care. I am 0 based. I want index of the column I'm drawing. So I would map it ix to I40. Yeah. So this way I have a path where I am, and then the value of the center of the sprite. And now I filter. I can do that. Ix for, I don't want to filter. So I can do this in this map. I want to map to character. And I want to have yeah, construct the horizontal position. I is U size, and I want it to be 100 feet, and I want a difference. And if it is at most one, so we are our values, the value pixel we are drawing, or it's one off. I would go up ABS. I would match on that. ABS is less or equal than 1. I can match Boolean's values easily. And true gives me hash, false gives me dot. Okay. Warning that it is unused because it's iterator, so it's pointless if it's not used. And now I have this whole thing drawn, and now I want to collect it. I don't think there's a chance on me to. I checked the chance as far as I remember. It's not right. It's array chunks. Except it's nightly only. It would be very useful if it would be unstable, but it's not. But we will not care about that because we'll just let display. We would just collect it to a string. I want to correct it into a string, I think. Or into a vector of characters. I need to think about that quickly. If there is interesting function on string or on str, it would be probably. What is split? Splitted pattern, not very interesting. Split add is a single split, also not very interesting. Find slice like so. I think I would just collect it to vector of characters. No. For when in display dot chunks 40. Print time in line. Yeah, I could just do this, or can I just do into? Let's do this. Oh, I cannot. So I can just iterate. I can iterate over my characters and collect them to string to display those. I really don't like this thing. I wanted to return vector of strings. I want just to keep my paths returning results, not to make it testable. I know I'm not testing this, but still. So then display chunks map. Probably don't need this because it would be able to align this one. May not be the best solution, but it's definitely good enough. And now we need to print part 2. A bit different printing. I can live with that. Show me how it should look like. Yeah, it looks okay to my taste. Oh my god. Oh, I need to read that. EPJ, I guess BRKAH. Yep. So not very difficult. Thank you for watching. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Bye.